They were rich, they were powerful, and they were deeply, endlessly in love. But when the Titanic started to sink, they made a choice that shocked everyone, a choice that turned a private marriage into an immortal legend. Isidor and Ida Straus could have lived. They had seats on a lifeboat. But this isn't a story about survival. It's a story about what you do when the only thing left to lose is each other. Long before they boarded the Titanic, Isidor and Ida Straus were a New York power couple. Isidor, co-owner of Macy's, a former U.S. congressman, and a key figure in America's rise as a global superpower. Ida, elegant, brilliant, loyal, the kind of woman who didn't need to speak loudly to command a room. What set them apart wasn't money. It was love. They were inseparable, always traveling together, sleeping in the same room even on trains when others thought it scandalous. "We've never had a serious difference. We are practically inseparable," Ida said. When Isidor traveled, Ida went with him. Always. In April 1912, the couple returned from Europe. Isidor wasn't feeling well. They wanted to get home. They booked passage on the grandest ship in the world, the Titanic. Their first-class suite was exquisite, a private parlor, servants, feather beds. But they didn't care for glamour. They cared for each other. Other passengers noticed Ida and Isidor always walked arm in arm on deck, always together, always side by side. April 14th, 11:40 p.m. A sudden jolt, a grinding noise, and then silence. The Titanic had hit an iceberg. Below deck, water rushed in. Above deck, confusion turned to terror. Lifeboats were lowered. Officers shouted, "Women and children only." Isidor and Ida were ushered to lifeboat number 8. A place was secured. They could leave. Ida stepped in. But Isidor, he refused. Isidor would not take a seat before the other men. It wasn't pride, it was principle. And Ida, she made her decision in a heartbeat. She stepped off the lifeboat. "We have lived together for many years. Where you go, I go." She handed her coat to her maid and went back to her husband. Together, they waited. Witnesses say they were calm, sitting on deck chairs, holding hands, waiting for the end, together. One crewman called them the only truly peaceful souls left on board, and when the Titanic broke in two, they vanished beneath the sea. Isidor's body was found weeks later. Ida's was never recovered. Back in New York, their children grieved, but they weren't surprised. They always knew their parents would never be separated. A cenotaph was erected in the Bronx. A statue stands in Manhattan. In Macy's, a bronze plaque still reads, "Many waters cannot quench love." And in history, their names are never said apart. The Titanic sank with over 1,500 lives. But not all were stories of panic and loss. Some, like Isidor and Ida Straus, were stories of devotion, of principle, of love so deep, even death didn't stand a chance. Not everyone survived the Titanic, but the Strauses, they made sure their love did. Where you go, I go. And they did.